my beautiful, amazing souls, and welcome to another Friday night tarot and chill. And on this beautiful Friday night, we are celebrating the remainder of the new moon energy and giving ourselves the opportunities to be here in this now moment, grateful and ready to step into this new energy. What is the embodiment that you are calling in for this fall new moon? We're coming to the eclipse of the summer, right? We'll be here in Labor Day soon, and being able to move forward into the fall with a fresh energy of what is it that you are calling in for yourself for this next new chapter. I'm somebody that works on campus, and I have my niece living with me this year. So school has been a big theme of like, oh, we're going back to school this fall. And so for me, I've been adopting this new energy of the possibilities of what this new year can be, of calling upon the academia in my own life of, maybe I'm not going to go back and go to formal school or college, but maybe I'm going to sign up for a class that excites me, or maybe I'm going to go online and do a webinar just for fun. Like being able to remember that learning is something that I enjoy. And so giving myself the opportunity to be in spaces where I am constantly being able to be the student and experience that is learned wisdom, I guess. So yeah, I'm grateful to be here with you, and thank you all so much for joining me on a Saturday night. We are doing things a little bit different this week, so excited to be here with you all. And I am going to introduce the beautiful, amazing Amanda and our lovely Sky. And anybody who's here in the chat, please feel free to drop an 1111 and let us know that you are with us today. And what are you grateful for? And what energy are you calling in, embodying new for this next chapter?
Well, I'm grateful for my small humans. One of which you can probably hear playing Let It Go in the background at the moment. I'm grateful for my schooling that I'm going through currently. And as I have been for the last several months now, I'm grateful for the opportunities that have been coming in. I've had some new ones pop up lately, and one in particular that I'm currently working towards. So manifesting a positive outcome on that one. With the new moon energies, I'm essentially just currently trying to call in essentially the positive outcome on that, but just a new start to things in the next coming months, and an overall change to circumstances by the end of the year. I want to be in a completely different place mentally, emotionally, financially, possibly physically, just complete overhaul of situations as this. So that is what we're calling in right now.
Oh, is it my turn?
Go for it, babe.
Okay, I was like, I thought you were gonna say something, so I was just waiting for you to unmute yourself. But okay, so I'm calling up this new moon energy, not new year. I'm just super grateful to be in this space with my lovely, amazing sisters, and I'm really grateful because I got like a 2nd-degree burn. Like Amanda gave me like the best tip, so like I love the mama bear energy that she always exudes. I'm like super thankful for that because I was freaking out that I was gonna get infected. So like we're like just chill out and rest and let go of any worries, and that's what I'm calling it. Just like letting go of worries and just knowing that the universe has my back and that everything's gonna, like that quote says, like, may the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna be. So just letting it all, just letting go and surrendering, and it's all gonna be okay. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for.
I love that, man. I'm so grateful that Amanda also has her beautiful mama bear wisdom that she always shares with us. And yes, thank you for taking good care of yourself, because we need you in tip-top shape to be able to be the amazing you that you are. So take good care of your burn, and may it heal quickly. And we're sending you lots of healing and love. And while we're on that train of thought, for anybody who would like to also send thoughts of healing and love to anybody in the community that would like to receive healing energy at this moment, just feel free to state in your own space if there is somebody in particular that you would like to receive healing energy. We can all send some love and peace their way. I definitely want to send some love and healing to our dear friend Jen and her ankle, and anybody else in the community that might also be experiencing pain or worry. May it be eased, and may your healing journey be exactly as it is meant to be for you, my divine, beautiful soul. Namaste. And so it is. Thank you all so much for joining me here on this beautiful, amazing day. Today, we're going to just share a bit of wisdom. And hi, Sean. Thank you so much for joining as well. Seeing your 1111 down the chat. It's good to see you, friend. And anyone else that is here today, like I said, we're all grateful. This is going to really be a very chill vibe tonight. If you guys have ever been with us on a Saturday, it's always not quite the same vibe as a Friday. So let's see what messages Spirit has for us today. I will say before we went live, we have been really enjoying the energy of playing with our inner children and eating a bit of candy and maybe indulging in the sweetness of life. So let's see what the messages are from this magical dog tarot that my beautiful partner got from me in England. It's a really beautiful book. I'm still learning. It is a tarot deck, but it has additional cards in it. And like right now, we pulled one of those additional cards. So I'm going to see if I can find, I think this is supposed to be who is the shaman? It's not the hermit. It's the Hierophant. Okay. All right, so the Hierophant. Sorry, that took me. Well, it's funny. I was seeing in my mind the Crow with the Key, that tarot deck. What is that tarot? The Shadow? No, what is that? Anyway, so I was seeing it, but I couldn't quite think of it. But the Crow with the Key was really sticking out to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's the Hierophant. It's the Hierophant. So in this deck, though, it's called the Shaman. So the Shaman is card number 5. 555 has also been something I've been noticing a lot lately. So this is transformation energy. This is really what I'm seeing for you is you have been through many folds and phases of your path and of your journey, and you've learned a lot along the way. And maybe you have found yourself in a place where you feel like you have gone back to the beginning or started at the basics, but this time you're not starting at the same place that you were before. You now have different wisdom or tools in your tool belt that you didn't have the last go around. And so what I'm really seeing in particular is somebody who's starting to pick up a practice again, whether it be a spiritual practice or a healing practice, a physical practice, a mental practice, whatever it is, you're picking up this practice again. And you're doing so with a newfound dedication, this energy of understanding that you can be a master in certain things, but you will always be the student learning, right? And so let's see what the book has to say. His right forepaw upraised in the blessing of welcome and initiation. Ooh, hold on. Why did I mute myself? That was goofy. Okay. The shaman stands as the paramount spiritual authority for all dog kind. A Springer Spaniel, he is clothed with 3 feathers and boasts a 3-tiered vestment of topaz, carnelian, and lapis lazuli, reminding us of his mastery of the 3 worlds. The cavern walls behind him are adorned with an ancient pictograph mapping the upper, middle, and lower worlds. Red ochre outlines the paw prints represented community and continuity. The long, unbroken chain of knowledge, tradition, and authority. Arrayed before him are his tools, a drum, a rattle, and a sage bundle. The keys he uses to journey between the realms of the conscious and subconscious minds. Pause for thought. Right now, you need to seek out structure, order, and discipline to help you grow in wisdom and insight. Following a traditional practice or honoring ancient customs and ceremonies can bring you closer to the sacred mysteries you seek. There is strength in numbers, as the lesson of the dog pack teaches. Sometimes one can find great strength in becoming partnered with allies on the same path. Keywords are tradition, teaching, authority, dogma, conscious, service, structure, allegiance, mentorship, and initiation. This card also came with the Ace of Sky. And so it's like you're being initiated into this place where your creative thoughts can really birth new opportunities for you. You're going to be gifted with new ideas to be able to bring in finances, to be able to go forward on your path, to be able to feel reignited on your journey and what it is that you're here doing. So I love that for you. That's great energy. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Amanda and see what else Spirit has to say for this path today.
I love that shaman card. It reminds me so much of Master K if you were a puppy.
Oh yeah. And how funny, because it's shaman and his like nickname is also shaman, and he gave me these cards. Yeah, I was laughing at that. Yeah. Anyways.
I love when he comes through.
I know, right? It's the best.
So I got one card that popped out, and it is Happy Happy, which also kind of feels it's basically the Sun card in tarot, but there's a matching card that reminds me of this card, and I think it is. I think it's the High Priestess and one of possibly the Light Seers tarot. I'll have to take a look at my tarot cards. But anyway, happiness coming, and I just love the rainbows. The rainbow coming down through her crown and then coming out through the roots and basically running through all of the chakras. But and the inner child in the egg, finding happiness with your inner child.
I keep seeing Game of Thrones, Khaleesi sitting on her dragon egg in the fire and then birthing her dragons. But instead of it being a fire, it's this big rainbow, like vortex of energy. And then right as you said rainbow, I pulled the moment to moment card, but it's like a rainbow vortex around him. That sounds funny.
Right, I'm going to read from the book on this because there's a whole extra message in there for it. So it says, your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you've chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now's the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. That's just like the card I read for you, Sky. Because it
Oh my
says,
God.
well,
Yeah, speaking of which, are you done with your reading?
almost.
Okay, no
The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. That's it.
Okay, speaking of like what you read earlier for me, the card that I got is Fall Into My Arms. And it says surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So basically the universe is saying like everything's okay, just surrender, let everything unfold. Like I said earlier, like let the chips fall where they may. And then the next card is Star Ancestors. And it says hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. So your guides want you to just meditate and connect with your galactic family and just like unearth any like wisdom from like past or parallel lifetimes, as I like to call it, because I believe in the multiverse theory. So I believe that we all have different realities happening all at once, even though we're only hyper focused on this 3D reality, but like there's multiple timelines happening all around us. So that's not a message to somebody else. Like I think this resonates. But yeah, and the next card is I got transformation, and it says this fairy tells you surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. And so yeah, just surrender and just know that everything's unfolding for your greatest good. And that's like the reading I got from my guide. So I hope this resonates.
Ooh, I love that. Thank you, May. Yes. Surrender. Okay, what I miss is listening to oldies, like, but the oldies, it's like lo-fi oldies. Does anyone remember that? That was like a 2020 thing for sure, but
It's
anyway.
awesome. I still listen to lo-fi. It's like so
Right?
soothing. Yeah.
I'm bringing lo-fi back. I'm gonna start listening to lo-fi. I started painting again today, you guys, and like low key, I'm really excited because I picked up my oil paints, and I haven't oil. So I grew up oil painting with my grandma, and we did Bob Ross style paintings. You know, we'd put Bob Ross on, and grandma would be like, "Okay, get out the yellow ochre," and all the lists of things that Bob Ross would tell you to get. You know, we'd get all of those, and we'd do exactly as he'd say. We would make our little Bob Ross paintings, and somewhere along the lines, I started doing these really unique abstract paintings. But it didn't feel right to do it in oil because oil was like this thing that grandma and I did. It was like it had to be landscapes or whatever. And so I started working with acrylics and doing these weird abstract things. And now I'm coming back to oil, and I'm doing these oil abstract paintings that are just really I don't know, they're like melding a part of my past with part of who I am now. And so it's been really fun. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. I do want to read this moment to moment card. I think this would also be a good let's see what this has to tell us. I feel a change in the winds, guys. I really do. I feel a change in the winds. The energy what it feels like is it's like an incubation period, you know, that you're finally hatching from. And it's almost as though like the butterfly has been a butterfly for a while, but maybe now you're seeing yourself in the mirror, and you're seeing yourself flying on your own and being independent, and growing from your experiences and whatever the case may be. So it's really exciting. It's a really exciting time to be here now. And even though it may not feel like movement externally, internally, there's a lot of growth happening. And so Spirit just wants you to be open-minded to the experience that you're having moving forward. So let's see what this moment. What?
When you said change in the wind, I suddenly saw the very beginning of Mary Poppins when Bert's just wandering around by himself and he starts singing about the change coming just before Mary Poppins shows up.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. YouTube. Can we, I mean, I don't want to get got on YouTube, but
Yeah.
yes. I want to hear it. I want to hear him singing it now. Oh.
We'll do it afterwards. But
Okay.
yeah, that I had to tell you about that because that seemed like a very important message to get out before you did.
It is that energy though. It really is that energy of like, you know, you can feel the winds a changing and there's this excitement stirring inside of you and like you're not in any hurry to get there. You're still just going about your day, but there's this feeling of what's this next, what is this next chapter going to be? What is this next wave going to look like? So let's see. As this figure moves across the stones, he steps lightly. Where is it? Okay. As this figure moves across the stones, he steps lightly and non-seriously, and at the same time, absolutely balanced and alert. Behind the swirling, ever-changing waters, we can see the shapes of buildings. There appears to be a city in the background. The man is in the marketplace, but at the same time outside of it, maintaining his balance and able to watch it from above. This card challenges us to move away from our preoccupations with other spaces and other times and stay alert to what is happening in the here and now. Life is a great ocean in which you can play if you drop all your judgments, your preferences, and the attachment to the details of your long-term plans. Be available to what comes your way as it comes. And don't worry if you stumble or fall. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, have a good laugh, and carry on. The past is no more, and the future is not yet. Both are unnecessarily moving in directions which don't exist. One used to exist, but no longer exists, and one has not even started to exist. The only right person is one who lives moment to moment, whose arrow is directed to the moment, who is always here and now, wherever he is. His whole consciousness, his whole being is involved in the reality of the here and the reality of the now. That is the only right direction. Only such a man can enter into the golden gate. The present is the golden gate. The here and now is the golden gate. And you can be in the present only if you are not ambitious. No accomplishment, no desire to achieve power or money, prestige, even enlightenment, because all ambition leads you into the future. Only a non-ambitious man can remain in the present. A man who wants to be in the present has not to think. He just has to see and enter the gate. Experience will come, but experience has not yet to be predetermined. What does it say? But experience has not to be premeditated. That's an interesting thought, because I will tell you almost all of my experiences are premeditated to the T. I have premeditated and thought about almost everything I've walked into. I hardly ever give myself the chance to just simply be and walk into something, not have thought about it first. So this is going to be, I think, a challenge that I'm going to take on for myself and say, you know what? The next opportunity I get to experience something new, I'm not going to think about it before I experience it. I'm going to just try and let myself walk into it brand new, fresh, with baby eyes, without have gone down the path in my mind and thinking and seeing and feeling all the things. Let me just experience it fresh in the moment for once. And let me be real and let me be raw. And I think a lot of the reasons why I don't, maybe is a fear. Maybe I don't want to say the wrong thing or act inappropriately or, be other than what I'm expected to be. But I think that's what the beauty of this card is calling you into, is that it's okay to be the fool. It's okay to be the learner. It's okay to be the experienced one. Whoever you're called to be in each moment is good and right. And whenever we can release that judgment of ourselves and of each other, then we can truly have the gift of the present. So cool. I love these cards. I'm not going to go into it, but I will say the bottom deck energy is slowing down. And then behind that was past lives. So definitely just going into that, like with what May was saying. And I love that you brought up dimensions and parallel lives, because I often feel like I have a parallel life going on that I'm getting, but I'm like, see, sometimes I'll see things happening in that lifetime, or I'll have like dreams of it, or like deja vu almost, of like, wait, I was here, but something different happened. And it's like that kind of thing happening now. But what I want you to see, or what spirit wants you to see, is that each reality is like a mirror of the other. It's like a slice of the pigment of reality. And so if there is something that you're seeing happening in a parallel dimension, in a past universe, and forward to whatever the case may be, that you can align yourself and call that energy into this timeline. It might not look the exact same. It might not appear in the exact same way. Everything kind of filters through in its own way, but you will be able to call in the energies that are meant for you in this life. And there's, what I'm seeing is that there's 10 times the opportunities as to what you're allowing to come into your space. So it's like you've created a funnel for the opportunities that spirit send your way, and spirit's sending you all of these opportunities, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to take this one. Thank you, spirit. But spirit's like, no, look at all of the opportunities and let them all come in, because what's going to stay is going to be what's meant for you. So, okay, that seemed really weirdly specific. So moving forward, I think I think I'm done with collectives, and I'm ready to start doing individual messages for whoever let's finish our collective messages and move into individuals.
Okay. So I got a bunch of cards here. I had something else to say about yours, but it's gone. So I guess it was just a for me thing, not a for everybody thing. It happens. So I did my Astro deck, and I got Mars, and then Libra, and then third house of communication, which is both ruled by Mercury and Gemini, and then trine sextile, which says symbiosis. And trying to find the cameras today is a struggle, and I don't know why, but that's okay. So with Mars represents the base masculine energy. It is action and forward movement, and basically everything that you think of when you think of masculinity. So strength and brute force and all of that. So when that says motion, that's what that means, that you're setting out and taking action and moving forward on something. But with that, you're also coming into balance within yourself. So while doing all of the masculine things with moving forward, you have to maintain the balance of your feminine side as well. So allowing that softness and allowing things to come to you, not forcing things to happen. So even though you are using that energy to take action and make movement, you still need to allow things to come to you naturally and not force anything. And that's where the communication and the symbiosis comes in. So with taking action, the way that you're going to be taking action is by communication. So sending out emails, text messages, making phone calls, getting other people involved to move the pieces so that it moves out the stagnant energy and then allows things to flow more freely to you. So you're not forcing yourself upon anything. You're basically just saying, hey, I'm ready for this and I would like to move things forward. What do I need to do? What do you need to do? What does this person need to do? How can we all get together to get this working? So that you get the other pieces in the cog moving and then have things moving back towards you. So that's where the communication comes in. Symbiosis is essentially as above, so below. So as you're working towards this, the universe is working towards it. And that's also where the balance comes in. So there's always I don't like using this term because it brings runner chaser energy, but there's a push and pull. So you move forward, the universe moves forward. If you move back, then the universe will move back. So you need to do your little pieces of action in order to get the universe to move forward with you. So that's basically what that is all about. Everything is happening. You just need to start doing what you need to do to move things forward and let the universe take care of the rest to bring in all of the things for you. That's it.
Amanda, I love your messages. They're always like, yeah, you're doing great, but also like do the things. Like it's time for you to like just do the things, but you're doing great at whatever it is that you're doing, but like you need to be doing the things. Oh, where is Lala? I feel like this would resonate. Oh goodness. Speaking of Lala, are we ready to move into May, do you have another collective message for everybody?
Yeah, basically like what Amanda said. So it says like say yes to change, like take some action, accept that change. And then like so it says like jump in, right? Like, and it's like I think of it as like a portal, and like there's somebody like they're just jumping in, into that like new kind of like stage of their life. And then it says like all paths lead home. And so follow your intuition, turn your gaze within. This is inner authority. And then the last one is like you're a part of a team of souls, so like call in support. So like just know that like the universe has your back. So call upon your ancestors for any reassurance. Like if you need a sign, be like send me an owl or whatever, like whatever you need to like trust that you're supported. So that's like what I have. But yeah, I'm ready to move on to individuals. But I think it's like the same kind of message that Amanda was kind of going with, right?
You said I'm getting so many movie visuals tonight. Apparently I need to watch more movies. But you said send me an owl, and I just saw that scene in Harry Potter where all of the owls come and just start like shooting the letters into the house.
Yeah.
So that there's like millions of letters, and he's like going like this to catch one.
Yeah, because get the mail. Yeah.
So the universe says, you want an owl? We'll send you an owl. We'll send you all the owls.
Oh my gosh, but wait, universe, I'm actually listening this time. Thank you. I'll read my owl this time, okay?
Seriously. I love that. Great. Or like, how are we gonna do this?
Well, what I think I'd like to do is I have 6 different decks here, Oracle decks that I'm gonna let my friends here live with me. You get to choose, but my friends that are not live, we're gonna choose for you. So I'm gonna offer at least one reading, one card from my Oracle deck for all my friends that are live. And then I just think we can just all offer readings however we feel called tonight. If you guys feel good about that. Yeah, because like it's Friday night tarot and chill on a Saturday. So like we don't even really have to be as organized as we usually are, right? I don't know. Okay, with that said, my dear, beautiful, amazing souls, if you are here live and you would like a message or a reading, please drop a 333 down in the chat so that way we know to pull for you. Otherwise, Amanda, May, pick your pick. Would you like from the Fairy Tarot? We have the Animal Dreaming deck. Oops, that was upside down. We have the Cosmic Dancer Oracle. We have the Star Temple Oracle. And then we have the Raven's Wand Oracle.
Ooh, I like the Raven's Wand one.
Okay, I also love that one, but when you were doing them, I got the message of Cosmic Dancer.
Cosmic Dancer. I know I heard it whenever I pulled it up. So okay. And then until I see a 333 in the chat, we're gonna assume that there are no friends in the chat wanting any readings now. So that's cool.
While you're doing that, I pulled up the message that I promised Jen.
Yes.
I'm gonna read from the book for this, but I'm gonna go off of the images a little bit as well because they're powerful. So we got Rapunzel, and what stood out to me here was the hourglass and her looking down. So with this one, I'm getting, and the blue butterfly up here that I just saw. That's more of a symbol for me because blue butterfly is what I use to confirm messages or are for me. So apparently this is also for me, but that's okay. So the message that I'm getting is that you feel like you're running out of time. See how the hourglass is almost empty. And she has this, as she's looking down, she has almost a concerned look on her face. Time doesn't exist. You can't possibly run out of time because time doesn't exist. So don't worry about how long anything's taking. Rest as long as you need to rest. Do what needs to be done in the time that it takes to do it, because it's going to take as long as it takes. Everything always takes as long as it takes. There is no timeline, there's no time frame. You are on your own personal journey. What anybody else is doing is not only none of your business, but has nothing to do with you or your journey. So do not compare your journey to anybody else's because it is yours and yours alone. And you are not ahead, you are not behind, you are exactly where you need to be when you need to be doing what you need to do to make things happen. That was the message from that one. The other one that you got, which is super, super powerful, is Mulan. And I absolutely love the ginormous full moon behind her. I love the dragon that is in there. And I love just the innocent happiness that she has on her face while looking at her dragon. Can you see that? There we go. So she has just this, it's really peaceful, but it's also just this adoring look that she's giving her dragon. But also, she's not holding him. They have this this very respectful relationship where they're together because they want to be together. They're equals. So there's no power struggle, there's no ownership happening. the dragon is with her because he wants to be with her, and she allows him to be there because she wants him to be there. They just enjoy each other's company and want to spend time together, and that's really how all relationships should be. You spend time together because you want to be there, not because anybody has to be there. So that's the message that I'm getting from that one. So I'm gonna read the book really quickly because they're right next to each other, and these have really short messages in them. So with Rapunzel, it says, "You've locked yourself in an ivory tower, which in a way is fine, since by doing so you've learned to grow self-sufficient. However, the moment has come for you to get out of this protective yet limited cocoon. Time is running quick." Although it also gave me the message that there is no time and you're not on time frame, but that's okay. "You cannot spend your whole life away from the world. So carefully choose who you let in, and even more important, choose to get out and free yourself from everything that could restrain your territory." And then with Mulan, "Your honor is engaged. Maybe you were not the one supposed to get involved in this war, but now your solidarity dictates you to take part in the fight. You're going to need a lot of strength and bravery, for the battle will be quite rough, and you will certainly have to go undercover. But in the end, you will succeed. Your folks will be very proud of you, and you will discover resources within you that you didn't even know existed." So that is your reading, Jen. And feel better.
I have a reading to add on to yours, Amanda, for our dear sister Jen. So, my dear Jen, Spirit's guiding you in this time of rest, in this period of being unable to maybe be as physically active, to remember that you have a really beautiful ability to go within and to deepen your meditation practice. This message, Jen, is from your star family. And this is actually about how there are vision quests waiting for you to go on so that you may see the inspiration that you are meant to see to move you forward to the next step on your path. And so it's utilizing this time now to be able to go on these vision quests, to be able to see where it is that your heart is guiding you. And what I really see here, what's interesting, you have the lapis lazuli star, which says starlight. My inner vision guides me to my higher purpose. And you see this beautiful woman who just has this driven look in her eyes. She's connected with her soul, and she's connected with her purpose, and she's allowing her inner compass to be what guides her and moves her forward. And then you also have the 7 sisters, the circle. Sisterhood enriches my life, which is also the Pleiadian star family, but it's also the importance of sisterhood. And so it's like remembering that although you're in this period of being within and maybe not being able to connect as much as you'd like, that you are always connected to your soul family and your star family, and that we always celebrate one another in all phases of life that we go through. And so to remember that even in your dark moments, that our light will always be there shining in your life, just as your light shines within ours. This last card, Jen, is really interesting to me. You have card number 33, the Sacred Orchard, co-create. My abundance mindset attracts endless beginnings. This almost feels like a sacred initiation for you, Jen. It's like you can see the woman looks very similar in this, but it's almost as though she has transformed from one space into the next. And once you step in this 33 energy that's calling you forward with this orchard, it's like this sacred rite of like witchy sisterhood or something. Like I'm getting okay, I live on campus. Okay, they have sororities all over the place, and sororities have these like secret initiations that you have to do to be able to like be a part of the club or whatever. And it's almost like you are a spirit or your guides or whoever you're starting, somebody on your path is like offering you this initiation of like, this is it. Like whatever you're going through now is like the initiation process to get into this sacred orchard that holds all of your abundance and prosperity. And it says, my abundance mindset attracts endless beginnings. So just remembering that in this time of, in this period of rest, you are calling in many beautiful new beginnings for yourself. So, yes. And I just wanted to end with we love you, Jen, and please feel better soon. We're sending you lots of love and lots of healing and a quick, swift, peaceful recovery for your transition. So sweet. And a hello to our dear Jessica Rabbit, who has joined us in the chat. Excited to see you here, my dear sister. We're doing individual readings. So we just finished Jen.
Oh, I have
I was gonna say, May, do you have a card for Jen? Go for it. Yes.
yeah. I like how I found like the find balance card, because like it's so cute. It says find balance, Jen. It says find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. And the fairies say, take a power nap. So really rest, okay? And then I like how Jen talked about abundance, because I also pulled the abundance card for you. So it's the confirmation. It says, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. So don't worry, Jen, just rest. And also we pulled the purity card, and I like how it has a horse here. So we like tap into that horse spirit and like, tap into their strength and like, that like determination. And know that like it's okay to rest. But it says always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within you will find the answer to your question. So just like Jen was saying, that like you're like on this like, they want you to tap into Vision Quest, like really look within during this time. And then I also pulled the healing card. So the fairies like, sending healing energy to you. And it says, now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So maybe like tap into your own healing energy, Jen. Give yourself some Reiki, as you're just like healing and resting. And then also pull the friendship card, like Jen said. So it's kind of like confirming their readings, Amanda's and Kristen's, but it says fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams, Jen. So we're here for you. We love you. And lots of love and kisses. And that's my reading for you, beautiful. Feel better.
Beautiful, May. Oh, I love that. I love that for you. Okay, I don't know. Amanda, May, who's next? Because
okay, can I change my deck? I got like Star Temple. Like my guys were like Star Temple.
Yes, you can change your deck, but you already have a reading from the Raven one, so it's so fine. No, you can have both. That's totally okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, my guys were like Star Temple, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell her. Okay, well, thank you.
It makes sense because rather than getting one card from Raven's Wand, you got a reading. And so I'll pull one card for you from the Star Temple. So that's like your star family. But this is like a message Spirit has for you. So, okay. All right, May, you are up. So the Raven's Wand Oracle, this deck is really one that I have found as something that's helped me as a guide along my path. And I get a lot of messages from the images on the cards. So I'm going to look at the cards and then I will show them to you. So the cards start off telling a story almost of your path and how you've been in this place of having independence, but not in the way that you wish. It's like having independence, but not to the point of having your own freedom. Like I'm trying to think of a good example, but the only thing I can think of is that it's like, maybe you have a situation where your parents are paying the rent, but then you have to listen to their rules, like you have to come home by a certain time or you have to do a certain thing. Like, it's like, yeah, you've got, now you've got the freedom of your place and all this, but it's just not quite what you've wanted it to be. Right. And so being in this space of like, not quite feeling like you're being like, it's not bad, but it's not where you want it to be. It's like a taste of freedom, that taste of independence, but having this sort of disappointment. And because of that dissonance in your reality, you've gotten into a place where you're a bit defensive maybe about the situation. And whenever especially what I'm especially seeing that like maybe at nighttime might be a bit more difficult for you. Whenever you're like at home, kind of just in your own space, you might be like, yeah, oh, I wish things were just a bit different. Right. And so, but what Spirit's showing you is that this sort of solo independent part of your path may feel like it's not exactly what you want it to be, but it's so important for you because it's allowing you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's giving you the opportunity to really see how you are more than worthy, more than capable, and more than able to move forward along your path. So, what I see for you moving forward, and I love this, you have oaken doors because oak is a good sign for me because the oak is such a strong tree. And it's like seeing that no matter what battles that you've gone through or what you will go through, you are going to continue to endure and you're going to continue to move forward. And you're stepping away. And what I see you is that you're stepping away from denying your true self. You're stepping away from the parts of you that were like, oh, maybe I'm not fully able to do this thing, or maybe I'm going to limit myself in this way. But you're stepping away from that and you're allowing yourself to really step into the new opportunities and be this person that this really beautiful, unique person. And the other thing I wanted to share is that you see Spirit in everything. You see the signs, the symbols, and I see that heightening for you. So it's going to get just a little bit stronger. You're going to start seeing Spirit in places again, and you're going to really feel that inner guidance, that inner knowing start to get stronger and continue to guide you forward. So that is for you, my dear May. And let's pull one card for you from the Star Temple Oracle to see what messages you have for from your guides. For my dear May. Oh. Okay, well, I can't help but read the inner temples on the bottom. It says life lessons. I go within my shadow for deep spiritual growth. So you may feel like you've been in a darker or a more of like a shadow period of time. And this has been just the opportunity that you needed to really see that, the light, I think, that you have within yourself. So let's see, you have card number 32. I love this. Right before 33. And Spirit's telling me to read 33 for Jen when I'm done. So, Star Daughters, dance. I sing and I dance and I play with my sisters at sunset. Like-hearted soul tribe celebration. The Star Daughters are heartening you to have some playful fun, to connect and to collaborate with friends that are on the same wavelength as you. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So vibe high, dear heart. Laughing and chatting and co-creating magic together is intoxicating alchemy. Attuned connection amplifies and magnifies magical synergy. Cohesive devotion to unity, oneness, and equality is powerful collective medicine. When we come together, miracles happen. Be with people who celebrate each other's achievements and raise your sisters high. Yay. There you go, my dear. That is the message for you.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Amanda, do you have a message for our dear May?
Well, I already gave her message before we even went live, but I have a message for you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So you got creativity. So this is my Earth Wisdom, which has all of the Celtic symbols. So I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got the Celtic knot in the back there.
Oh, wow.
So the big message I'm getting from this is just confirmation to keep going with your painting that you recently got back into. And they said, don't worry about the oil paints. Just do what makes you happy. But I'm going to read from the book because it has the herb that goes with it as well as the crystal that goes with it. So they're recommending Lady's Mantle, which enhances fertility, feminine healing, and a connection to the divine feminine. And Carnelian, which promotes creativity and fertility. So it says, creativity is not just something that is nice to have in your life. Creativity is your birthright, and it's also one of the most basic drives in human beings. Sadly, our culture does not value creativity and views it as an indulgent pastime. Heal your creative self by falling into the arms of the divine feminine. And your affirmation is, I am a creative being and actively feed my creative self through the arts and through nature. I express my creative being with passion and confidence. And that's it.
I love that. Thank you, Amanda.
Welcome.
Well, then, are you ready for your messages then? And then we'll move to the people in the chat. So we've got at least Jessica Rabbit, Millie, if you'd like a reading, or Papu, if you'd like a reading, you're welcome to as well. Feel free to drop in the chat at 333 if you'd like just a general reading, or if you have a specific question, by all means, let us know. I do actually also feel called to pull a message for my dear Master K. So he watches these. So baby, there's a message in here for you somewhere. So not yet though. This is for Amanda. So let's do Amanda. Why do I keep muting myself? What's wrong with me? Anyways, okay, Amanda. I love this message and I love the vibe, because so far for both Jen as well as May, we have pulled a sisterhood card, a tribe card, and Amanda, we pulled the 38 collaborate for you as well. So this is great, because this means that, like, guys, it's time for us to come back together. It's been way too long of us just like piddle paddling around, like coming, whatever. Every now and then we're here. Sometimes we're not, like, okay, it's time to connect and be together and celebrate one another. Put our differences aside, or whatever things may holding back. Come together. It's like, come together right now over me. Okay, anyways, that's my almost, that's some music there for you. But anyway, so magic in coming together and celebrating. No more, it's like when we share our ideas, what I'm seeing is that it's like, maybe I've been working on something in my own space. Maybe you've been working on something in your own space. Maybe Jen's been working on something in her own space. But somehow all three individual projects are tied to one another. And if we shared and worked on them together, we would be able to create something so much more magnificent or stronger. So that's the sort of message that's coming through on that, is collaborate. But before you kind of come together and collaborate and share this big goal, this big massive project, what Spirit's guiding you in a very similar tune of how Jen is in this place of being within and being in her own space. You two are being guided to really clear your vessel and become a channel. What they're showing me is, like, whenever we first met and we were both just like on our stuff when it came to our morning routine and, like, our ritual baths and cleansing our house and all of that stuff, it's calling you back into that space of really cleansing your vessel and remembering the magic of it. That it's like, it's not about just like lighting the incense and saying the things, but it's the magic that happens when you do the things. Lighting that incense is magic. It's not just putting flame to a stick. So believing in the more again. So I love this for you. And I'm really feeling called to this channel message. I forgot that you had a Patreon, and I was on there and I almost ended my Patreon membership because I was like, what is this? I don't even remember. And then I went in and I clicked on your Patreon and I saw the message that you posted last, and I listened to the reading, and I was just like, these are so good. Amanda, what happened to like the monthly posts or whatever? Like, like get back into it. You have good things to share. So keep doing it and come back to it in a way that works for you. But it's time to share those gifts once again, my dear. So yeah, that's for you. Okay. Jessica Rabbit, do you want, oh, you are so welcome, my dear Amanda. You are so welcome. Jessica Rabbit, do you have I have the Star Temple Oracle. I have the Raven's Wand Oracle. I have the Cosmic Dancer Oracle, or I have the Fairy Forest. I feel called to the Fairy Forest for you, Jessica. I think I'm going to just go ahead and pull from the Fairy Forest. If you feel called to a different deck, drop in the chat. Let me know. Is there anybody else that we wanted to do readings for tonight, Amanda? Do we want to do one for Lala? Yeah, I feel like Lala should get a reading.
Yeah, I just pulled a deck for Lala, and I just pulled another deck for an extra card for Jessica as well.
Sweet. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, beings. Thank you, guides, for delivering this message for my dear friend Jessica. Ooh, what do the fairies have to tell you? I just need one, though, please. Just one. Just one, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, Jessica. Okay. You got a whole bunch of cards. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh. Jessica, you have somebody that's been watching you transform, evolve, the changes. I'm also seeing pheasant feathers, for whatever that's worth, pheasants. You have this timeless beauty about you, this classic essence. When you go into places, you have a certain curiosity about you. People are drawn to you. But then you have this unexpected personality, this humorous, joyful energy that's very curious and open. And so what I'm seeing for you is that there's a dual message here that, like, outside of this person or the situation, whatever this may be, you yourself have transformed. You really have taken away the masks or the parts of you that were molded by others, and you've allowed yourself to become who it is that you feel confident in expressing yourself and how you express yourself. And it's really beautiful, but also it has caught the eye of somebody else who can't quite figure you out. They're just like trying to understand because they think they know you. They think they've got their finger on you, but then they're just like, but then you show this other side of you that's just like, well, what is this? They can't quite put their finger on it. And it's just got them so curious, but they haven't exposed themselves. They haven't said anything about who they are or what their interests are. They're very much in the shadows. So I don't think you're going to know who I'm talking about. But the most important thing Spirit wants you to know is that continue leaning into the curiosity. I think I want to read this one for the book. Card number 14. Initiate. Curiosity, open and warm. Your energy is unworldly, naive, and unguarded. and you will therefore soon face tests which will help you acquire experience and wisdom. When this card appears, know you have an inclination to take risks without thinking of where the road you wish to dart down will lead you. You have a tendency to say and do many things without thinking through the possible impact. You speak the uncomfortable truth as no other can. The lessons you are experiencing are filling your life with richness. And you have so much trust and self-belief, but you are not prideful. You are ready to take great chances, and others may even judge you as being about to take crazy risks. You may be contemplating leaving a safe job or about to travel, entering a new relationship wholeheartedly, or making a move in life without having examined all the consequences. You are curious, inquiring, and open-hearted. You are inquisitive, but you are no fool. You are an initiate, and you will therefore take risks as you face the unknown. Your next steps into the mystery of life will be blessed, and you will have the courage to now enter the unknown. And that is my message for you, my dear, beautiful Jessica.
My card for Jessica plays perfectly off of that. I pulled one for you from my Alice deck. I'm not going to read the book on this one because it's a really simple message. But you got number 22. It says, set your course. So know where you wish to go, have a plan, the right direction. So there is no wrong direction. Whatever you decide is the right decision. You're always on the right path. Even if you deviate a little bit, you're still always on the right path. There is no wrong way. But basically, you just need to make a decision and have a plan in place to be able to move forward. And that's it.
I was told to jump in with a message for Sarah Akuche. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, Sarah. I apologize if I totally butchered that. But there is something that Spirit wants you to know. And there's a situation. Wow, I'm really seeing involving a cat. This definitely feels this feels very related to a cat. But anyways, it's about being able to release and let go and move on and move forward from the scenario, from the situation. And you're moving forward with the energy of joy. And so if this is a scenario where you are needing to release someone or something in your life and move forward, Spirit is guiding you to allow yourself to see this as a new beginning, not as an ending that ceases time, but rather a new beginning for you to be able to walk with your wings. And I love the bee. I love the bee energy in here because it's like you're releasing the fear and the worries, and you're just allowing yourself to move forward, unburdened by the unknown, unburdened by what it is that could have been, or I'm feeling this strong attachment to the unknown and the things that could have been, and Spirit just wants you to know that things moving forward are going to be really bright and beautiful and blessed. And so the sooner you allow yourself to step into that energy, the sooner you're going to start feeling it in your heart and in your own space. So yes. Okay, that is for you. And then just like a confirmation, if you really need it, at the bottom of the deck is again the stepping away card. So okay, that's it for you, my dear Sarah. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of peace for your transition.
Yeah, I got one for Sarah as well. Just one card. It is the Tower, which tends to scare a lot of people. So the first message I'm getting is don't be scared. You have a lot of big changes happening, but the big changes are happening in order to allow you to rebuild something better and stronger, which is what this card is about. It's the whole purpose of this card is for things to fall apart in order to rebuild better. So everything that's happening is not happening to you, it's happening for you and for your good, so that things will improve in your life and make space for what you need to come in. That's all.
Oh, Amanda. I love getting messages from Amanda because it's like, yeah, if I'm gonna hear it from anybody, at least I'm gonna hear it from you. Needs before wants, Sarah. Spirit's reminding you that it's time to take care of yourself for a change, not worry so much about other people and how they're gonna get along, but rather worry about yourself and how you're gonna take care of your needs and your wants. You've got a lot of animal guides. You might have some bad habits when it comes to how you cope with things. And so spirit's just saying like there's no shame in our habits, but just remembering that there are other ways that we can use cope. And I'm just seeing this like reach out to friends and be with family and loved ones, be with people that truly appreciate you and who you are. And I really just see brighter days coming forward for you, but now it's a rest period. So take it for what it is, my dear Sarah. All right. Lala, messages
wait,
for
for
Lala.
Sarah
Oh
going off.
my gosh. Sorry, May.
No, sorry. For Sarah, it like, you know how you talked about like finding friends? Like there's this lady and she's like out in nature and there's, I think these are like honey badgers. I don't know what animals those are, but yeah, like I don't know if that's your spirit animal, but like that's like, just get out in nature. And it says, be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and our minds. So just be receptive to your animal guides because they're all around you and they really want to support you on this journey, like Kristen said. So that's the only card that I pulled for you. So wish you well on your journey, beautiful. You got this. And yeah, no worries, Kristen.
Oh my gosh, May, no, that's so funny because look, the honey badger is literally what this girl is holding in this picture.
Yeah.
Like that's such a random animal because you don't see that animal in cards very often. Is that what that is?
And there's two here, so it's like double confirmation.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Sarah. Okay,
Wow.
your homework for today is to go Google spiritual wisdom of honey badger.
I actually unmuted just so I could tell her what the purpose of the honey badger was. She doesn't have to keep going. So Gen Alpha, which is like the youngest generation currently, they're called honey badgers. And the reason that they're called honey badgers is because they have this fierce empathy. So they care deeply about everyone around them, but they care fearlessly. They don't care how big somebody is. They don't care if that person is an adult. They could give that. It's not possible for them to give less fucks about anything. If you are getting in their way or trying to talk down to someone that they care about, they will step up to you and they will make sure that you and your kids and your kids' kids and the next 5 generations understand what you did wrong, how you did it wrong, and that you're never going to speak to anyone that way again. It is just this like feral fierceness that they have. They will take anyone down and everyone else around that person down with them. But they do it in such a caring way. So keep that empathy, but be feral with it. So have that energy of going batshit crazy with your empathy is the message that I'm getting. So yeah, that's it.
That was crazy. That was so crazy. Like weird synchronicities. I've never ever seen so many honey badgers in one like tarot and chill in my life. No, that's good. All right. I do believe I'm feeling confident and good and ready to move on to Lala's reading. If we're ready, is everybody collectively ready to move to Lala? Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Sending you lots of love. And you've got this, my dear honey badger. What was it? Honey badger doesn't give a, what was the slogan? There was definitely a honey badger slogan somewhere along the lines.
It is basically feral, fierce empathy.
Yes. All right. So moving forward, my dear Lala, I have a really interesting message for you. There's kind of a dual message here for you, Lala. I'm going to read the cards and what they say, and then we'll go into the pictures. So we've got taste before judging and the power of words and commemoration. The taste before judging and the power of words is giving me this almost not quite a bitter taste in my mouth, but like being mindful of what you say and where you say it. Having to be in a situation where maybe this is work related, but this is having to kind of put on a hard exterior. Maybe you're not able to be your full self. And in this space where you're showing up every day and you're doing the things and you're being what you're meant to be, you feel so disconnected from that creative, passionate, witchy side of yourself, this magical, creative, passionate woman that can create with her words and knows the power of the creation that she holds and isn't scared of the darkness or the shadows, but rather knows the power that lurks within them. But yet you're in this space where you're kind of feeling like you have to be treading lightly or working with a different energy. And it's funny, what I'm really seeing in here is that it's like, it has specifically to do with your Reiki certification and becoming Reiki attuned and thinking that it's like understanding how Reiki works in your own life is a journey, right? It's a path for all of us. We come to learn and understand our connection with Reiki and how we work with it. And in your teaching, in your understanding, maybe there has come to a point, and it doesn't just have to be specifically with Reiki. It could also be with, your social medias or your spiritual business, all of those things and how they connect with one another, and thinking that there's like one specific way that you have to do it in order to be doing it right. And in order to be, fitting the mold, so to speak. But what Spirit's telling you is that you are not meant to fit the mold. You're not meant to be like everyone else. So the more you allow yourself to sort of see yourself, it's like embodying imposter syndrome. Like if you're going to feel like an imposter, then freaking own it and just go in there, feeling like, okay, fine, maybe I am a phony, but I'm going to go in there, at least a phony with a good intentions, who's like really trying to learn and show. And you'll find that whenever you step into that place that you're not actually a phony, that you truly are a true master, that you really do have true wisdom to share. And so it's not fake it to make it, but it's do it until you believe in yourself. and that's my message for you, my dear Lala. You still have a lot of really beautiful witchy expressions within you wanting to be shared in this world. And I can't help but point out the rabbits. You've got this brown rabbit and a black rabbit. So there's this shadow aspect that's asking to be integrated. And then the taste before judging, maybe just allowing yourself to try new ways of expressing yourself or of doing things without judging yourself or how you're doing it first, but just kind of doing it. Letting yourself, I just keep getting this like imposter feeling, but you're not. So anywho, all right, my dear, that is all the messages that I have for my dear Lala.
All right, so I got 2 cards for Lala, and I am going to read from the book because I know how much she loves that. And then I'm going to read the affirmations on the back as well. But you got 23, which says peace and love at the bottom. This one feels really sarcastic, like it's kind of making fun of the toxic positivity, love and light crew. This one, however, 27, transformation, is you coming out of your shell again. So it's got the butterfly, but I got more of a message from this one of just how the bunny's kind of peeking out of the egg, but also still kind of sitting in it. Is that Lala coming in? Okay, I'm gonna start. No, where'd you go? Because I wanted to hear this. Okay, well, I will continue, and if you need me to restart, if you come back in, then I will restart. That's fine. But the affirmation on the back of the peace and love one is I bring peace to the world. And the affirmation of the transformation one is I am becoming all I wish to be. So get into the book, Peace and Love. There we go. So it says, you are a being of love. Your very existence brings peace to earth. You may feel that you're being called to serve love at a higher level. If so, this card comes as confirmation. People and animals in need of love may be drawn to you for help, and you may wish to answer. Be mindful of your inner resources. Make sure you aren't giving more than you receive. Allow yourself to take what is offered, and don't feel guilty for accepting help and support when it's given by strangers, colleagues, and friends whose energy reserves and resources outstrip your own. Those of us who serve are only as strong as our connections with others. Like fruits on a strangled vine, we may wither and find our nutrients depleted if we don't replenish ourselves. This card asks you to let go of any guilt or unworthiness related to receiving. Know that by accepting help from others, you can help those in need. Reframe negative thoughts of I can't or I shouldn't to thoughts of I can and I will. If you cannot do it for yourself, do it for those you're called to serve. By choosing love and peace, you act as a beacon of light for others. You don't need to tire yourself trying to always do and be more. Who you are and what you can give is enough. Allow time to be true to you. At least once per week, find a tranquil place in nature or your home. Sit or lie down without distractions. Enjoy the quiet and stillness for as long as you need. And then the transformation says, life is a series of initiations interspersed with periods of growth and stasis. Invitations to transform come regularly. The size, quality, and importance of each invitation varies. This card comes as confirmation that an invitation is being delivered to you now. You're being asked to walk the path of the initiate, to learn and transform. Though such a process may feel scary or overwhelming at first, know that you will never be asked to change beyond your capacity. Do not underestimate the power of small, simple adjustments and achievable goals when seeking lasting change. Transformation doesn't happen all at once. It's a series of incremental changes that lead to metamorphosis. Start with what you're being called to do and let the rest happen naturally. In time, you'll see yourself renewed and take flight. Resist getting caught up in self-doubt, comparison, or competition with others. We're all unique, and our paths are all our own to walk. Don't give up when you feel disheartened by another's progress. Faster does not mean superior. Like the chicken and the egg, transformation is often most painful and chaotic right before the breakthrough to something wonderful. So that's it. I hope you heard that. If not, let me know and I can read it again.
Hi guys. Sorry, I'm driving, but I wanted to tune in real quick.
Hi, Lala.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You came in just as I was doing your reading.
I was gonna say, was that for me? Because it sounded like it was what I needed to hear.
Yes, that was absolutely for you. That's why I was like, I hope you heard that.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, I didn't hear all of it because I was having some issues with my thing, like cutting in and out. But I will, if it's recorded, I will go back and listen to it.
Yes, it is.
Recorded.
We had some other good messages come out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It has been good messages tonight. Good vibes, good messages. And yeah. Feeling
Yes.
I have one final message for my dear MK, and then that I believe will end our space today. So thank you all for joining us on a Saturday night, Tarot and Chill, and it's been great seeing you all, and definitely looking forward to continuing these as the fall progresses. We try to do these every Friday night. Sometimes they end up being every other Friday night, but if you enjoy the vibes and you want to stick around for the next one, please feel free. Catch us on here Friday nights. It's a vibe. We like sharing space. We like sharing messages. So, and if you are somebody who is interested in reading tarot or oracle cards with the community, feel free to check in the Discord server and stay connected with the community. So, all right, my dear MK, if you have made it to the end of this recording, this message is for you, my dear. Again, with the muting myself. Okay, so this is a really beautiful message. We're going to keep our eyes open and our minds ready to listen. So the first card that comes forward for you is Sweet Temptation. And what I'm seeing is these little garden fairies eating strawberries. And they're eating these fresh strawberries right off the vine. And they got caught eating these strawberries. And what I'm seeing is that the strawberries they've been eating are good, but they're a bit tart. They're not quite fully ripened yet, and waiting just beyond the threshold is beautiful ripe strawberries that are ready to be eaten right away. And so it's this message of like it's the child that eats their dessert before dinner, you know, being able to be patient and waiting for the sweetness of dessert after you've had the satisfying dinner that you have prepared. So that sounds like a separate message from the rest of this. The rest of this is involving where you currently are in a situation of giving and taking and feeling like you have given more than you have received. And Spirit is sending you signs and synchronicities everywhere, guiding you and leading you forward on your path. But what I'm seeing is you staying in this energy of really seeing this, the abundance that you have offered and the lack that you have received. And so Spirit's reminding you that family is important and that you are never truly alone, that you are guided and supported on all aspects of your path. And I love the dragonflies, especially in this image, are sticking out to me to be able to see that, you do have signs and synchronicities guiding you on your path in those moments of darkness where you feel alone or unsupported. Spirit sends you signs and synchronicities, and Spirit's offering you the opportunity to open your heart to be able to hear those messages. And there's a farewell in here as well. Again, there's this bucket of strawberries on the ground, and these are in a basket, and they're freshly picked. These are the ripe strawberries that are kind of waiting for you on the other side of this farewell. It's saying goodbye to. It's like, well, first of all, this girl is saying goodbye to her dragon. Which, if we live in the real world, this 3D world, we don't physically see dragons in their true form, and so it's letting go of that dream, that idea of being able to kind of sort of fly with your dragons and be in this what is this message? It's like, as much as we may want to live in our 5D realities, we are a 3D physical being here to experience our 3D reality. We're connected to the 5D. We're connected to the many dimensions that we exist within. But it's important for us to be here now in this 3D experience. And so it's not so much as saying goodbye to our dragon. Our dragon still exists in its true form, but we might not be able to have the same connection with it as we move forward, because we are meant for more. We're meant to be grounded in this earthly reality. And in this reality, we don't fly with dragons. We cultivate communities, and we stand true to ourselves, and we take action on the things that we feel are important, and we say the things that we are advocates for. And you're really in a place in life where you are being called to prove yourself, not to anybody else, but to your own self. There are many watchers in your life that will always have their thoughts and feelings, but your true compass is what guides you. And knowing your connection to that compass and being grounded in your truth with the steps of action you take each day are going to be what bring you into this space of peace that you're calling forward for yourself. So, yeah. I do want to just end this with the Queen of Hearts. I want to read this one from the book. I've never seen this card before, so let's see what the Queen of Hearts has to say. Queen of Hearts. It's easy to see how the Queen of Hearts symbolizes self-sacrifice. From her wound comes new life in the form of roses growing from her drops of blood. She gains wisdom from the lessons learned and depicts by the serpent's steady gaze. We tend to think of self-sacrifice as dramatic and severe, yet paradoxically, we confront it most often in the humble acts of kindness that we offer others. The Queen reminds you that for every sacrifice, your soul matures and you disengage further from the bonds of material possessions. Be glad to give your time or your wisdom. Both you and the recipient benefit in the end. All right, my dear, beautiful, amazing souls. Those are messages just for you on this beautiful Friday tarot chill that's happening on Saturday. I'm sending you all off with all of my
And
love.
before we're done, I have one from MK too.
Okay, go for it, Amanda.
So I haven't used this deck in forever. It's my Believe in Your Own Magic deck. But you got Escapist. And it says, come home to yourself. And I'm going to read from the book on this one. So it says, everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows. Some of us like to listen to music. Some of us like to read. And some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may. That is it.
Amanda. All right. Now we send you off with a namaste. Have an absolutely beautiful rest of your day. And we will catch you on the next video. Love you all. May, are you going to come say bye? Oh, May's already gone. Okay. May says bye and Lala's driving. So Lala says